Welcome everybody back to their least favorite F1 podcast. Going to recap some Mexico week. Our Loteria board did not score very well, but Ferrari did.
No,
we're joined.
It did well.
Okay, it did decent.
It just didn't. We didn't cash out.
Yeah, we didn't cash out. We didn't take our money. Vegas got us. All right, I'm joined today by
Mexico
Matthew.
City
yeah,
got
Mexico
us.
City got us. I'm joined today by Matthew.
Donde está, mi amigos?
Yeah. I'm joined with Mr. Trumpet himself, the band kid himself, Isaac.
What's up? I hate you. Kick rocks.
And, of course, Fruity P, Dr. Eggman in his childbirthing chair.
That
How's
is
it going?
Sam.
I am
Everyone's
Sam.
favorite part of the podcast, Sam.
I'm Sam.
I hate you.
Sam, how are you doing over there?
I'm good. Let's see if I can get this right.
I'm gonna cut the straps on your chair.
Is that supposed to be the trombone?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Was that good or
So,
not?
to
Yes.
provide the backstory here, we've known Isaac for a long time, and he hid his
Sometimes
entire
too long.
life from us that he was a band kid.
I was a band kid for 1 year.
You were a band kid.
I needed an elective in middle school. It's the only one they had.
It wasn't that you needed an elective. They needed to increase
Fill the
their
class.
diversity.
Yeah, they needed a diversity hire, and they're like, "Oh, brown kid on the trombone, call it
Be
a
the
day."
I'll be the first one to say it. If you know how to play an instrument, you're smarter than like 99% of people.
This
Well, that's
is
why
true.
Isaac only did it for 1 year.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's talk Mexico City.
I'm above 50, not
Speaking
quite
of-
90.
Hey, speaking of trumpets, Mexico City, big fans of the
Yeah.
trumpet.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how you do a trumpet. I don't know.
That is.
I think that's
All
the
right, so
trombone.
double-
Whatever.
It is.
Who cares?
So we're way off track here. Double Ferrari finish. What's everyone's thoughts?
Double Ferrari podium.
Yeah, double Ferrari podium. 1 and 2.
I'm very glad that
No, they didn't go 1 and 2, dude. They went 1 and 3.
1 and 3.
Jackson didn't watch the race, apparently.
Jackson did watch the race, but he was half asleep.
That is not true. All right, so
At 2 o'clock.
we had a double Ferrari podium. I think it was an exciting race all around, though.
I liked it. The Lando Max beef was beautiful.
Oh,
I'm glad Max
That's always
finally
good.
got served a little 20-second penalty. It brought some joy to my life.
I would agree.
it kind of feels like it's weird because you can tell that there's beef there, but then they get off the racetrack and they're like, "That's my dog," and they go over. You know, I mean, obviously they don't go over to each other, but they're just kind of like, "All right, on to the next week," you know, because they know it's over.
Yeah,
exactly.
Can't go back.
Yeah,
and
They know it's
change
just
it.
racing.
It's over.
Yeah. Yeah, you're saying the standings were
Yeah,
done.
like the beef is
Oh,
all
yeah.
made up. Like Max is the 2024 champion.
He knows he
Yeah.
won. Lando knows he got second. McLaren, I think, knows that they probably got a pretty good shot at winning the Constructors. I think everyone's happy with what they got this year.
What do we think about Ferrari now?
I
Does
think Ferrari
stand a chance.
I think after this weekend, they did really good, but that track suited Ferrari so well.
so well.
These next few tracks suit McLaren pretty
A
well.
lot better.
I think you're going to see a McLaren podium, both cars on the podium, in Brazil and Vegas coming up.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, I forget we have Vegas before Qatar. I keep thinking it's the other way
Yeah.
around.
Cutter.
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 Yes.
Vegas before we had to cut her.
The hat brand Cutter.
Better.
Does it feel? Someone said this on the broadcast, and I don't remember who. Someone said that they thought Ferrari was now the favorite to win the constructors. Thoughts on that?
No way.
No. I think it's McLaren's race to lose.
I think Ferrari's going to be the number one team heading into next year. I'll say that.
Yeah.
With their driver lineup, and I think they're going to perfect it a little bit. But
I don't know.
I
Man,
think,
this might stink.
with Louis coming in.
yeah, King Louis IV.
I'm gonna take that take back. I want to be early on that one.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Watch
they're
you get
gonna
that right,
dominate
though.
Next year.
Oh, dude.
They're gonna dominate next year.
Yeah.
But
I think the biggest takeaway from the race for me was just the emotional damage of Carlos not going to be in a good car next year.
It pisses me off, dude.
It makes me so mad for
Now
about
you
an hour and a half.
You know
after
what's
each
crazy
race.
is now you're hearing about it. No, I don't want to rip on Checo, but they've already pretty much said he's not going to be in the car next year.
Yeah.
They're looking at Franco. They're looking at Liam. They're looking at those dudes. Yuki even for that second Red Bull seat. I don't know. Maybe you have a guy that's a race winner and the only one that can compete. I don't know. Maybe, hey, would you like to sign with us? His name's Carlos Sainz. Like, what the hell is Red Bull doing? I don't get it.
Isaac, are you a Liam Lawson fan or not a fan? It's a black and white question, yes or no. Are you in or out on him?
I'm out.
you're out on the Aussies.
You don't like the Kiwi?
I
Damn.
don't like
Okay,
Kiwis
Jackson.
in general.
You don't like New
I'd say
Zealanders?
No. I don't.
Oh, really? Just bundle them all in.
No, I would say no.
Sam, do you like Liam Lawson?
Yeah, I think he's all right. I mean, I think he's a good driver. I liked his beef with Checo. You don't see a lot of rookies trying to fight
That's
like
true.
Checo
Can we
in
talk
his
about-
home
Impressive.
country.
That was impressive.
That was sick.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
That's content.
I think they should have a boxing match. The boxing match decide who gets to
No.
race in Red Bull next year.
Dude, I like that.
You got New Zealand versus Mexico. Just let them go to war.
I'm sure the homies at the Red Bull social media team with the YouTube channel could come up with a better way to make an even better YouTube video out of that. But it'd probably get 35 million views, just like every other Red Bull YouTube video.
It's
Exactly.
like our content.
And if they end up making that video, we sue them for copyright infringement because it was our idea. And boom.
And call it.
Even though I don't think we copyrighted that. Whatever. Trademark. I don't know what
we
it
could
is.
give them fair use.
Yeah, whatever. We'll send them a cease and desist.
Yeah, that's fine. Can we talk about the Liam Lawson Checo incident though? Did we think him giving him the good old
Finger?
bird? Was it a little too much? Was it
that
nice?
sick. I already
what
forgot
was the
about that.
thoughts? What were the thoughts?
That was the best part of the week, hands down.
So for those of you that don't know what a bird is, it's one of these.
Yeah, we got to give him a middle finger, everyone. Here,
Just in
hold on,
case.
everyone give a middle finger for the thumbnail. Beautiful. Now we look like kids chasing clout at the local mall.
Always.
I don't know. I think it was very bold in your I don't
In your semi
In your-
yeah,
But
your
rookie
semi
debut
starting
era. I don't know.
debut, and you flip the bird to
the guy in his home country.
it just wasn't a good
Home
look.
country, home race.
I'm going to
Yeah.
throw a little
Last
defense for
home
him, though.
race.
Checo shouldn't have made the move when he did. It was a dumb move. Checo made a few dumb moves. Liam Lawson, I respect the ballsiness. He gives me, he gives me Max vibes.
Ugh.
He gives me a
That's
little bit of Max
exactly what we
vibes,
need
but
in
I
that,
think he's a little bit more likable.
I think
Yeah.
he's more
Part of it's
likable for
because
sure.
I
Yes.
think I wouldn't be surprised if Liam Lawson's in that seat next year. I'll say that.
Okay,
just
but
don't
I
think-
think we all would say that. But what are your true feelings on that?
Do you like him? Yes or no?
Do I? What
No,
kind
he
of?
already
What do we?
said he's
belong
in
in
on
that
him.
seat?
I like him. I don't know him as a person, but I think as a driver, I think he's great. I mean, I wouldn't go on a date with the guy. That's what we're talking
I
about.
don't know.
No, I just mean
Shut up, dude.
I just mean why would you not? Why would anybody think that Carlos is less of a good choice compared to Liam for that seat?
Oh, nobody would. Are you kidding me? Liam hasn't proved himself enough at all.
The thing that
Liam
was-
should be in Williams. Liam should stay where he's at in RB. Franco should go to Williams. Carlos should go to Red Bull. Checo should go to Chinese F4 or whatever
Frank-
they've been calling it.
with
The
Joe.
retirement home.
Yes.
Franco already is at Williams.
I mean, he should stay there.
Oh, okay,
Needs to
okay.
stay. I think
The beans should stay.
I think
Frank Beans should stay.
yeah, I think Frank Beef Hot Dogs belongs in that seat, and I don't know why they're not even. It's not even
In
a
Williams.
discussion.
In Williams.
No, he belongs in the Red Bull seat.
They're
Over
looking at him.
Carlos.
Christian
Not over
Horner.
Carlos. I'm saying you put him over Liam though.
Christian Horner did actually come out and say that they are looking at Franco for that second Red Bull seat for next year. That was confirmed today.
All right, idea. Drop Max and take Franco and Liam. And you're so far in the future. That's such a long game. On.
You're just throwing away the next 6
They're
seasons for no
2030.
reason.
Yeah, we're locking in for
Yeah,
20.
so they're banking on winning when the FIA and the F1 as a whole becomes carbon neutral. That's what they're shooting.
Yeah, that's what when they become all electric.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
they
they're
become
racing
fully
fucking
electric.
Priuses all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta
You
ask.
know,
This one makes me wonder. What are we thinking about Max getting 2 10-second penalties? I gotta bring it up.
Also very sick.
I love it.
I love it. just
Deserved?
because they
Was it
need
deserved?
I think both of them were,
Dude, I think
but
they
I was
were,
not
yeah.
expecting them to give him the second 10-seconder.
I think
gave-
the second 10-second penalty that he got was the more dangerous one.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I thought he was only going to get 1 10-seconder. I think that's what you meant.
It feels like maybe they deferred Coda's penalty and then they just double stacked them.
They're like, hey, we missed
And-
this one.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's what it feels like,
Yeah,
though.
I would
It's
agree
like
with that.
that was what everybody talked about, including us. We said they really missed. We talked about, of course, we did our normal shitting on the FIA and all that stuff.
Fuck
and
you,
then
Michael Massey.
it felt like they heard us and they were like, you know what? Fine. We'll just double down on ourselves.
Anyone else realize that Max got a 20-second penalty, right? He served it during the race. He got 6th, and Checo still got 17th.
Fuck.
That's what I
That
don't
is so bad.
That's horrible.
That's
What
what
does
I-
it do? I'm amazed they didn't just say, hey, Daniel Ricciardo, you can finish out the season, the last 6 races with Red Bull, and then you both retire. And
Not
then you
even
just start
that.
new.
Just don't even run a car. They're
Might
just
not
losing
as well.
money. They're just losing money. They should just
I
run
read
one
today
driver the
that
rest
they're
of the year.
Yeah.
so Checo's floor on his car has just been getting repaired over and over after each race. They're not giving him a new one because of how many times he's crashed and how much he's put the cost cap in jeopardy.
I think it's 4.5.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
$4.5 million is his total damage this year.
I mean,
On the
Logan
floor,
Sargent.
the car.
Logan
The
Sargent.
car.
Okay.
So Logan Sargent did that in the first 3 races of the season. So you got to keep in mind. I mean, that's pretty bad.
You could always dig yourself deeper.
Yeah, exactly.
Be Lance Stroll.
Yeah. I'm extremely angry.
Every week you're gonna get them.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the video of Lawrence Stroll when he's extremely angry, you have to watch it. Yeah, and his COVID mask, it's a banger. Just look up Lawrence Stroll extremely angry, and you'll find it on YouTube. So we want to jump into next week. What are our thoughts headed into? I guess not next week. It's this weekend.
Yeah.
What's our thoughts?
The last race of the triple header.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
And I like
Triple header. We have Vegas the following week.
Vegas.
No, we
No,
don't.
they have a week break.
Off.
We have a week off, then we go to Vegas.
Canceled. God,
I
man.
think
Don't
I'm
even know
kind of
what's
enjoying the Max getting another grid penalty because he had to get a new ICE in his car.
Okay.
ICE.
Oh, is that confirmed?
Yeah.
Yep. 5 plays grid penalty during the race, not during the sprint.
Which is sick. Another Jackson's favorite, a sprint. Why don't we talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about.
You've been burning hot on sprint races.
Let's talk about sprint races.
Do we like sprint races?
I do not.
I do.
I do.
Am I supposed to say no?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
I was just gonna do
I'm
that.
impartial, I guess.
You have no opinion on sprint races.
I think it's great when you have championships up for grabs, where it could make it really close between Ferrari, and if Lando has some crazy stuff, it helps. But overall, I think it'd be better to not have them.
Yeah,
But I like them right now, just because of what it can provide points-wise for the end of the season.
Well, we know that F1 doesn't care about the whole points battle and making it close because they got rid of fastest lap next year, which is
so
absurd.
dumb.
Stoked.
Which is
So
absurd
stupid.
in
I
itself.
feel like we should
But
litigate that
we're
after
going to talk
Abu
about
Dhabi.
that later.
Yep.
So the thing for me with sprint races is that no matter how much I want to turn it on and watch it, I'd rather watch qualifying. It's not a real race. Like, you just know it's like, oh, well,
But there's
doesn't really
points
matter.
on the line.
I know there's points on the line, but it's not. I don't know. There's something about it. I think it's just maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a moron, but I just don't like it.
What if they?
I don't vibe with it.
What if for the sprint races they threw in the reverse grid that they've been talking about?
That's
Are they
what
actually talking about that?
They were talking about it. I don't think it's
loosely,
going to happen. But
very loosely. Isaac, what do you think about the sprint? State your case, and we'll stand on that side together.
I don't know. I'm a big fan just because I think it creates, like what Sam was saying, is like it creates a good opportunity for guys to capitalize on points, especially towards the end of the season. I think it, with this season in particular, like how close things. I know it's not super close, but it's closer than last year.
Yeah.
Where Max won 90% of the fucking races. Like, this year is the good year to actually have them.
Last year, halfway through, they should just suspended the rest of them. Like, yeah, we're not going to do them. It's pointless.
Yeah, it's stupid. But I think now, just with, if God forbid something happened like to Max, like there could be an opportunity for somebody somehow.
At least to grab more points.
Grab
than they
more
would
and get
without.
closer and put your team in a better position.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I like it. I think they're coming from a good idea, or they're coming from a good place with the idea, but I feel like it's similar to how college football was with the playoffs, where like they had a good idea, but they didn't get it right.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I know.
And now they're going to 12 teams.
Well, now they are. That's my point of like,
only
if
8
they don't,
years too late.
well, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
If they don't change the sprint format soon, it's going to be a lot like how we talked about the college football playoffs.
I think they should just get rid of the sprint format, keep fastest lap. I'm actually not a huge fan of them getting rid of DRS personally,
yeah.
Well, it's not that they're not.
but that's
Getting
a
rid of
topic for another
DRS,
day.
but it's being replaced with something that's supposedly somewhat similar to it. Someone out there, I'm sure, is going to yell at me in the comments that I'm uneducated. Well, you can chime back in the YouTube comments, but I really don't care.
For all you, this guy's a doctor.
Yeah, you don't know what I do in my day job, so remember that.
Jesus.
That's all I'm saying. I'm extremely angry.
I still think, though, I like what Sam said. There was, like, limited talk about it, but making it a reverse grid would be, like, the perfect thing.
You want
Because
to explain the reverse grid for the non-educated listeners?
so you would qualify. If Max qualifies first, he then starts at the back of the grid.
But I think
So
the
you
only way
essentially just have the shittier cars up front at the start of the race.
exactly. But I think the only way you could make that work was if that qualifying was also the qualifying for the race.
Oh yeah.
because
So that's the only, because
Yeah.
otherwise you just have Max would just park his car in the back
Yeah.
and never go.
but
I think that's what they mean. That's what they would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you guys don't misunderstand it. For
'Cause-
like the sprint shootout and then the qualifying, it would just be one qualifying for the race and the sprint.
Because as much as me and Isaac are trying to justify that it's like 4 extra points, like I think the real reason of it was just added entertainment for the weekend.
I agree.
Like, right, it's a higher price tag of value to sell to sponsorships
Yeah.
and TV deals and
it's
all
just
that
more
stuff.
time.
Right? You know what I mean? Like more
time.
airtime.
Yeah.
Because that's all they're looking for.
Yeah,
And
they just want screen time.
This is going to sound crazy, but like they had it in Austin, right? For some people, it's more affordable to go on that Saturday and
True.
watch the sprint shootout than it is to spend the extra $200 a person to go watch the actual race.
Yeah.
So it also could be argued that it's for the fans in some facet.
Yeah, that they
aspect
get
of it.
gypped and get a third of a race.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
that's
for the
my
ones that
thing.
maybe couldn't afford to go to the actual full race.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest,
And it's an
F1's
in-person.
probably one of the most expensive sports to attend in the world.
I would say
Not
probably-
even close.
I'd probably say
Yeah,
the
I don't know
number
what
one.
would be higher than it.
Probably the Kentucky Derby.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
cricket. Something like the
cricket.
cricket World Cup shit. I don't know.
That's probably
Yeah, I don't know.
reasonably cheap.
Breakdancing.
Brother, they're hitting stuff with sticks. I'm sure it's pretty cheap.
Yeah. You can go watch the Australian breakdancer.
Oh, don't give her any airtime.
that's free, and that is old news. We don't want
Yeah.
to bring that one back up. So I got a question to break up the middle of this pod before we give us some predictions heading into
We're breaking up.
Brazil. I got a little question to break it up.
The band's breaking
Yeah,
up.
the band's breaking up. So, if you had to bring one coach from any outside sport into Formula One to be your team principal, who are you bringing, and why are you bringing that person?
I know he was never a coach, but I'm making Ray Lewis.
You're just gonna shoot people on track now, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick.
He shot people?
Ray Lewis had that murder charge against him in the early
Hey,
2000s.
it was dropped.
it
It was
was-
dropped.
And
was
it was
dropped.
alleged. We cannot be making those things.
We can
alleged.
neither confirm nor deny that he killed the
It
guy,
was-
but the guy is dead, and he probably did it. But
He
that's
was at
okay.
the site,
But it was
so that's
an
up to you.
It's still all alleged.
Okay.
That's true.
All right,
I'd
OJ.
say Ray Lewis.
All right,
like that
OJ.
dude's an animal.
Okay.
I gotta ask.
He's with my shooters over at New Mexico State.
So what's the
got-
reasoning behind Ray Lewis though? Just because he's a dog?
Yeah. Well, and like he's just like his motivational aspect of like just being a like a high level athlete. I think he would be able to push. I don't know if these drivers would be able to take that type of pressure from somebody like that.
Max
Like,
would. He'd
so
be
you
like, dude,
think-
my dad's been giving me that since I was 4. Good luck.
So
So-
you think Ray Lewis is tougher? Would be tougher on people than Toto Wolff is on his drivers?
Yeah.
I think,
Dude,
Ray Lewis will
He's a
run you
German
through
teddy
the
bear.
fucking guard.
I think Ray Lewis would give you some of that like booger sugar right before the race, just get you going.
Just
like,
come on, hey, little speed, little speed.
Yeah, you've seen the video where the guy gives the it's like a Prius booger sugar. We'll insert it here if you're watching on YouTube.
That's
it's
a great
it's a
find.
banger. It's a banger.
Are we talking about coach via like, just like team principal or like strategist kind of, or all?
Either one. Go with
all
either
around, all around race.
I
Coach.
bet none of y'all know this. I'm taking Jurgen Klopp.
one. Okay.
Do you even know who that is?
Fuck is that?
Dude
a
used to be
sick
the
name.
Liverpool coach. Dude just fucking was a great coach, and he
Interesting.
talks funny, so he's awesome.
It's like Gunther.
Yeah,
What
literally, that's
about
kind of how he sounds. He's German,
Okay.
but nah, he's good. He's all the Europeans will know him and probably tell me I mispronounced his name, but
That's fine.
fuck 'em.
They're gonna call us wankers and floggers and a bunch of words I don't understand. We're putting this. I hope y'all know. There's a clip coming for y'all. All right, Matthew, what you got?
Favorite coach that could do well?
Yeah, not even just the favorite coach, because it's like
It's an entertainment play.
who do you think is like well enough versed in coaching and building like a
It's a good team.
good team.
Oh,
like a
that's
strong
how we're doing
foundation.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
not
changing
just-
my answer. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go Sam. I need a little bit.
Who is
more
your
time.
second answer then?
Give me good old like Darvin Ham.
Okay,
I don't know who that
He's
is.
the
I-
worst Lakers coach to ever exist.
he was not good.
okay.
He was not good.
Or give me Andy Reid because he
Andy
likes
Reid.
cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
Cheeseburgers and Ford F-150s.
Yep.
His
He does.
favorite month is Ford Truck Month.
it is. Yeah, that's coming
I-
up.
I'm razzled, bro. I got nothing.
We'll go to Jackson then while you keep pondering.
I think you got to go Bill Belichick. That brother's going to
Ooh.
figure out a way to cheat, whether it's deflating the tires, Anything along
Make it
those
hard,
lines,
soft.
he's gonna make a hard soft.
He is gonna fit
Or
right
if
in.
you're
with
soft,
all
he'll
the-
make you hard.
All right,
And Bill Belichick
I gotta
can pull out all the stops.
hold up. That was crazy statement, but I gotta say this. Okay,
Brother sat up in the banana hammock.
I gotta say this.
He said, "It's
Bill
time."
Belichick got game. Did you see his Halloween costume with his new girlfriend who's like 29?
Yeah, she's like our age.
Bro, she's
Oh
like
my
20.
God, dude, how's he doing that?
It's called.
It can't be because he has money or none of that, right? He must be hilarious.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That was crazy though.
No
I,
way.
I saw that Halloween
dress
picture and
that
I was
fast?
like, holy crap. She's like 28. He was a fisherman and she was a mermaid and he acted like he caught her. It was pretty.
Top tier
Yeah.
Halloween content for you.
That-
There you go.
that fits
We'll add a
Bill
picture.
Belichick.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew.
What you got?
Come on, think.
Dude, this one.
First name that comes
this-
to mind.
This is the first one that came to mind. Shaq.
Yes.
Oh, gangster.
Yeah, just because like I think there's a lot of respect. Like there's certain athletes. There's probably like a dozen athletes in the world that just have like this universal like respect level. Where like most athletes, you know, like everyone's kind of on the same page. Like great soccer players, great tennis players. Like you know what I mean? There's all this mutual respect. But then you just have like that top 0.1% of athletes where it's like they walk into a room and it's like
It's Shaquille O'Neal.
it's Shaquille O'Neal, bruh.
So,
Dude, he'd bring some sick sponsorships. You got Little Caesars on your
Dude, that's
car.
what I'm saying. He's got the whole package. He's got great personality, just stand-up lad,
stand up.
tons of money behind him,
Yeah.
just everything.
So Shaq's been in the news a lot this week, actually. So this is perfectly
Really?
timed. We know who Angel Reese is?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I know exactly where this
So,
is going.
Angel
This
Reese-
is
He
terrible.
looks like the character from Ice Age, bro.
Okay.
All right. So she, for the people that do not know, she's a WNBA player. And Shaq apparently tried to hit on her a handful of times and called her like 14, 15 times, FaceTime repeatedly.
Yeah. We'll show you the clips here.
We'll play the stuff will be popping up on screens.
This is all alleged, though.
It is not alleged.
Oh no! This dude said, literally
It's live
said,
on air and,
this
like-
dude literally said during the podcast, "Don't cut any of this. Keep it rolling." As he's talking about, he's like, "I want to see you play in some booty shorts."
Yeah.
Like he was making some crazy statements, dude.
God.
He was making
So-
some
Hey, you
need a
crazy
new coach.
statements.
If that's
You
your
need a new coach.
You know where he'd be going?
Bill
I think
Belichick's
I think
side.
him and the Horn Dog would team up and they'd be legendary.
Oh,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
he's stealing Max's wife.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we've talked about that before and how Max stole his wife in the first place. But
I
that's
know.
a story for a whole other time.
They're dating, FYI.
Yeah, we'll just do an
That's
entire
same difference.
episode on F1 guys stealing other guys' wives, and we'll see how
Yeah, let's
long
just
that
do
can
it.
get.
Let's just do a whole pod on like relationship problems. That sounds like it won't just be Call Her Daddy or something stupid.
Hey,
I hate
that's a
that
terrible
podcast.
podcast, by the way. I don't care if they come at us.
podcast. Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah,
That's why we started our own. Fuck those guys.
Exactly.
All right.
I'll still roll with Shaq.
All right. So,
He's like, no change.
Yeah, bro's
I
7
respect it.
foot. Come on, man.
yeah, he
I
ain't fitting in
respect
He's the
car.
same size as the 2023 regs.
All
Yeah,
right.
he ain't fitting in the car.
So Brazil this week. Do we want to throw out there a couple ideas for this week's Loteria card?
I like it.
What do you guys
Give
got?
me a
I'll go Norris first place.
Okay.
Okay.
respect it. Norris
Okay.
win. I like it. I like it.
Got Norris P1.
Sam?
Give me a double McLaren podium.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go crash on lap 1. Safety car lap 1.
Lap
Ooh.
1, not just crash, just full on safety car.
Yeah, we're gonna go see. Well, there's gonna be some sort of contact on lap 1 this weekend.
Okay.
Do we want to predict who's going to crash? I'm going to go Lance Stroll.
I was
I
gonna
like
say
that.
the exact same thing.
We'll go Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll's going to crash lap
Lance
1.
Stroll. 'Cause
That's
he
on the card
sucks.
every week. Lance Stroll crashes on the car every week, or a DNF from Lance Stroll.
Let's do a snake. I'm gonna give you 2, and then we'll go back, and you guys give me
Beautiful.
one more.
I like it.
I'm gonna do one of the Williams cars in the points at the end of the race, and I am going to do. This is an easy one. I'm gonna do Yuki yelling "fuck" over the radio.
He has to yell specifically "fuck," or can he say another?
It can be within a
Another-
statement.
We should just put that in
But
the
the
middle as the
F-bomb
free
will be
space
dropped.
because that's
Yeah.
guaranteed.
The F-bomb will be dropped. Okay.
The F-bomb will be dropped.
Okay.
But I don't think he crashes this week.
I think once again another staple that'll be on every single loteria or bingo or whatever you call it in your part of the world is Lance Stroll acting and commenting after the race that he's lacking pace.
My favorite. Oh, it's just.
Every
the car was
fucking
just
time.
really lacking pace today, and then it's going to cut to pop.
You're driving
I'm
the
extremely
fucking car.
disappointed.
So Sam, we'll skip me real fast. Go to Sam.
Okay. Give me a double Haas points finish.
Jesus.
Because
That's a
Ollie Behrman is running in the Haas this week.
Yep.
I read that. And you got Hulkenberg. So you got two dudes. You got two dudes that got a good shot. And last week they both finished in the points.
Yep.
Dude, last
Good
week was
take.
a crazy week for Haas.
Yeah.
That was a funny, not to jump in there, that was a funny radio thing, was like, it was like Max being like, dude, this car's fucking shit. And then right after, because he finished, what, 6th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Something
then,
like that.
what's his face finished 7th? Magnussen finished 7th. And he was like, the car felt like a rocket today, bro. It's just like,
It's
No
just always so
maintained.
funny.
yeah, there's a big gap there.
Dude, shout out to Haas's like new principal or whatever. Io, what is his name? Kasuma?
I don't know
Kodomatsu?
his name. I don't know how to
Ayahuasca?
pronounce it.
Something like whatever it is. That dude's been killing it. We'll get your name right, I promise.
Yeah.
But holy shit, that dude's been. It just shows that Gunther was not that great at his job.
Dude, we love Gunther.
I love Gunther, but you can be a cool dude and not be good at your job.
No, I
true.
don't know if it was that. I think like we're not giving enough credit. And again, everyone decided to shit on me the last time we talked about this. But like, you
Flawed.
cannot just hop into F1 and do well in the first 3-4 years. It
I
just
disagree.
Does not happen.
I totally disagree.
I mean, okay, the thing
I don't
here,
no matter who
I
you
have
bring
no
in.
idea who I would bring
The
up
thing-
in that
the
argument,
thing
but I'm
here-
just going to disagree.
the thing here that everyone got pissed about last time was like, they're like, oh, well, they finished in eighth the first year. And it's like, okay. When we're saying like do well, we're meaning like top 3 teams is kind of where I think our mind's going.
I'm
middle of the
thinking-
pack and above.
When
At
I
least
say do
5.
well, I'm
At
thinking
least
top
5.
5 with.
At
least
I mean,
5.
I'm thinking top 5 with your podium, getting a podium in at least 2 or 3 races on the season.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, you get a crazy race win. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking about, you're getting some podium. Like every week, you got
You're
a decent
competing.
chance where if a couple people crash, you get a podium. That's what I consider a good team.
Yeah.
Getcha.
You're there to
I would
capitalize
say-
on the opportunity.
But I think Haas is going to overtake Aston Martin at the end of the season.
I
they're gonna get
fucking
5th.
hope they do.
Yeah,
'Cause Aston Martin's been-
Aston Martin's been horrible.
They don't. That's my other thing too. Is like you can't just be a bunch of morons and then somehow still finish against a team that's. I mean, obviously it happens, but like I feel like Haas has really got. They're really seeing their lines. You
They're
know?
trying
Yeah.
to really get to that 5th place spot. And I
Yeah.
think Aston Martin's going, we got next year.
They're doing all the right things.
They're
and
trying.
Aston Martin's just actually just kicking the can down the road.
Yeah.
American made, baby.
Yeah.
We won't finish in the top 4, but
They
We'll
have
be in the
they
5.
have some
Yep.
sort of parts manufacturer out of Phoenix because there's
Oh.
multiple times
I
where
have
I've
seen
the
quite a few of
van.
those.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, sick.
All right, last one for you on the Loteria card.
I'm going to go McLaren, Ferrari, podium.
Cool.
Okay.
I like that.
That's a good segue into our
like
podium
that.
predictions.
I like it.
Sam, you want to start us off? Who do you think's going to win this week?
I'm going to go with, I like Isaac's pick. I'm going to go Lando. Give me Charles getting 2nd and give me Oscar getting 3rd.
That's where I was going.
Okay.
Very creative. I think.
Thanks.
I think
He
I
just
think-
went first. That's the only difference. Motherfucker.
I think Oscar wins. I think Oscar finally gets another win. I think then from there, I think Max goes 2, and I think Lando goes 3.
You think Red Bull has a great week?
I don't
Even with
I
the
think
5-place
Max
grid
has a
penalty?
good week.
I think,
Okay, yeah, that's what I meant, I guess.
yeah. I think Max still finishes 2. I think it's going to come down to. I think they have make some good strategy calls this weekend. No matter how much I hate them, no matter how much I
Even with the 5-place
have
grid penalty?
distaste for Horner. Yep, I still think they finish on the podium. I do.
You have a lot of faith in the horn dog.
I hate the horn dog, but
You have a lot of faith in the Sid the Sloth kind of guy.
yeah, maxi pad.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Max
go
for strap on.
Strap on.
Is that what we're calling them now?
Yeah, Max for strap on.
Max for
Max
strap,
for strap on. All
I
right.
like it. I'm gonna go Lando, Max, Charles,
Okay.
I like it.
and then
Yeah.
So we
It's a
all
good
agree
take.
it's going to pretty much be a McLaren, Ferrari, Max Verstappen race.
I will say
Yeah,
that
I mean,
third
well, it ain't
place.
Surge.
I will say that third place is gonna be pretty interchangeable because of how strong Carlos is.
I'll say this. I think I agree with that 100%. I think that'll actually be the best battle of the whole race will be that 3rd place spot. Because personally, I think if whoever gets in first, if it's Charles, Carlos, Oscar, Lando, usually once those guys get in first, like you saw it last week,
They hold it.
they run away.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you're catching them. So I think it's really going to be a battle for that 2nd and 3rd place spot like it was this week. I think we'll see another one of those, just depending on who can get out first.
Yeah, once a Ferrari gets in clean air, it's terrifying.
I
Crazy.
feel like it's the same with
fast.
the McLaren as well.
I
though.
agree.
It is, but
Red Bull maybe not as much as last year and the year before. But
Max
you've seen it though. Max got caught on like lap 18 by Lando, so
Yeah.
I just think that car's been on the downturn.
it doesn't have the straight line speed right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The last thing I want to say on that is, do you guys think that the current lineup at Ferrari is stronger than next year's lineup?
no. Why would it be?
I'm gonna say
is that an argument people are having?
No, that's what I'm trying to start.
I'm going to make this argument, and I'm going to say yes for one reason, and that is the cohesion of the team is already
Created.
about as good as you can get in a Formula One team.
Yeah.
That's
You
the
can
only
see
logical
Charles.
argument.
You can see
Yeah.
Charles and Carlos. They're really good buddies. They both will do stuff for each other. Well, Charles will go, okay, I'll slow down or I'll pit earlier to help Carlos. Carlos will do the same.
Yeah.
You're not going to see that. I'm going to say this. You're not going to see that with Lewis, only because I'm sure there's stuff in Lewis's contract, and he's on his final run, where Lewis will be prioritized over Charles for these last 2 years, and I don't think Lewis would have signed otherwise.
Interesting.
That's just my opinion. I wouldn't have signed if I was Lewis, because Lewis deserves to be the number one.
I think Lewis should
That's
have
the
just
argument.
ended his career at Mercedes.
Agreed.
That's my thought process. And
Complete
hard.
fanboy take.
it's a
Complete
fanboy
fan.
take.
Well,
But, I mean, dude, come on,
I
man.
get
Like,
it though, because like
It's the bouncing around. And Formula One's different than other sports.
You
is the thing.
you hear
It's not
about it,
the
though.
same.
Everybody goes, I want to race for Ferrari. Seb did it.
yeah,
I mean, you saw Kimi do it. You saw
All
All
of
the-
Hamilton's idols
did it.
raced at Ferrari.
race at Ferrari.
Yeah, which it makes sense.
And by all of them, I mean Michael Schumacher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, to me, if I'm if I'm Lewis, like, that would be my thing. Not saying I'm Lewis, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, if I grew up idolizing those guys who were at Ferrari, and
I would want to race at Ferrari.
I would want to race at Ferrari
I agree.
any
least have a
chance. I don't know.
I think the best way to put it in that argument is Lewis is the better driver. He's better than Carlos, and I will argue that he is better than Charles. I think. That one's much closer than people think. But I think the team cohesion is going to be the biggest what if this next year with Lewis and Charles.
That was the thing I was going to say about what you said with, Charles and Carlos being okay with, like, okay, we need to work together. This is for the team. That worked so well this year because they had a hyper-competitive car towards the end of the season, as we're seeing, but they're still too far back to win a driver's championship.
So you think that when it gets to that point, they'll prioritize somebody?
Because that was everything we talked shit about with McLaren
Right.
early on.
Yeah.
Was pretty early on through the mid part of the season, Lando was like, oh shit, okay, this is now a race for a driver's championship.
Yeah.
And they did not get that right.
No, they gave it to Piastri on that one race. And that could have fucked it.
I still think that those couple mishaps of whatever you want to call it, let's just say communication between those guys, or like through the middle part of the season when they were starting to kind of gain some momentum,
Yeah,
is solely as to why Lando is not closer to Max right now.
I agree.
I agree.
Obviously, that's
100%.
easy to say,
Yeah.
but
Well,
like,
I agree. But in the back, I mean, we're talking like 3 months, 4 months ago, they were thinking, okay, let's try to win a race. That was their whole thing. Let's win 1 or 2 races on the year. Because everyone thought Red Bull was going to dominate. Now, looking back on it, it probably would have been the safer move. And I think this is where Ferrari is going to learn from McLaren. And I think they're going to prioritize a guy from day one. And I think it's going to be Lewis.
Yeah,
Yeah. They could
But-
have pulled the card too and just be like, we're not prioritizing anyone specifically the whole year. It's like, all right, you're leading for this race.
they
Well,
would
I
do
think-
that because they're morons.
That's true. But I think as you get, I think 6 races into the season, depending on how competitive their car is, and if they're winning races, they're going to prioritize whoever's in the lead. And honest to God, I think, imagine the hate they would get if they didn't prioritize Lewis Hamilton for his last 1 or 2 go-arounds of his career.
I don't know, man. Charles is the chosen. He's the golden
That's
boy.
the problem.
That's
Good
the-
luck
that's-
making that decision.
Yeah. It's
That's-
going to be.
You're going to
it's
get
gonna be sticky
half
next
of
year.
Ferrari's going to get hate no matter what. Half the Tifosi are going to go, fuck you. The other half are going to go, I love you,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
It's going to be a sticky year. It's not going to be.
Which is
a
why,
smooth
again,
sailing.
I think Carlos wasn't a bad option because everything looked like it's going good.
I don't think that I would agree. So going back to your question, then, is the lineup stronger now?
Like,
What-
which one do you
what
like
you
better?
said.
Like, is it just stronger?
Which one I like better is a different story. I think the lineup right now is more cohesive, like Sam said, just because they're not going to have the issues they're going to have next year. In terms of strength and which is going to potentially give them the opportunity to win more races based off of solely skill is next year's.
yeah,
I agree.
think Lewis and Charles are faster
yeah.
than than Carlos, and I think that's kind of there's more strength there in that. But
This year's lineup is a World Constructor Championship. Next year is a drivers. Yeah. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
And
More
honest
team
to God,
play.
Ferrari should be going for a Constructors, in my opinion. Hell, they could even win it this year. A couple things go their way.
Yeah, they could. They could.
It's interesting that in 2024, Ferrari is roughly looking better. Like, I think we kind of got early on it in 2022, the beginning part, but I think it was kind of easy to look through that and be like, this isn't going to last.
This year feels they feel
They feel
different.
like a good team.
And I think part of that is the cohesion factor.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the same page. I don't think you're going to see that next year, at least in the beginning. It'll take it'll be an adjustment period, which with the last year of regs, you don't want to have to be going through an adjustment period before you get everyone on the same page.
Yeah.
It never works well.
I think a lot of it too is just like even outside of the drivers, and I think they've just gotten their shit together throughout the factory, throughout the team. I think sadly Mattia, him leaving was the right choice for Ferrari, and Fred's done well.
Fred the Velociraptor has been
Fred
fantastic.
Fred the Velociraptor Vasseur has done well. I don't know if that's been the turning point, but they just seem more organized. Like, I mean, last year you'd see them just like, you'd see Charles and the people, the last few years, I feel like you see him pull into the pit and there's no one out there. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, we got to run a pit stop now.
Awesome.
It doesn't make sense. It was just confusion across the board, which we haven't seen this year, which has been fun to see.
Yeah. Well,
we've seen it limitedly, I should
exactly.
say.
Yeah. We can't give them too much credit, man. Then they're going to go fucking double DNF this week because we dapped them up on the pod.
That's how it always is, though.
They'll crash into each other. Lance Stroll take them both out on lap 1.
Perfect.
Somehow.
Beautiful.
Crazy.
Everyone fill out their Loteria cards this week. Happy Brazil week. Wish I could speak Portuguese, but I can't. Maybe
Interlagos.
Isaac does. Sam, we should just close it with that.
Yep.
No. All
Let's
right.
all hit him with one of those.
Ready?
Man, y'all actually did it. That's
Peace
crazy.
out, homies. See y'all next week.
All right,
Later.
later.
Enjoy Brazil.
I hate you.
Coming from the bottom, now stepping on the neck. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yen, euros. Now really cashing check. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck.